First up at 8, the state of Oregon isn't moving fast enough when it comes to distributing the COVID-19 vaccine. That's according to the governor, and just an hour ago, she did announce that she's setting a new goal. Today, Governor Kate Brown tweeted that she's directing the Oregon Health Authority to reach the goal of 12,000 vaccinations per day in the state by the end of the next 2 weeks. The governor saying that reaching this goal will put the state on track to deploy every vaccine that it receives each week.
The state of Oregon has now administered more than 50,000 doses of the vaccine. The Oregon Health Authority recorded another 2,550 doses today. Also today, the OHA added 728 more cases to the state's total of COVID-19 cases, now at more than 118,000 in all. There were 6 more deaths to talk about as well. Among them, a 47-year-old man in Washington County who tested positive a week before Christmas and died yesterday.
Meanwhile, Oregonians who were the first to get Pfizer's vaccine are now due for their second dose. And today we learned only 9 people in the entire state have been fully vaccinated, which means that they've received both doses. The vaccine rollout across the nation and the state has not been a fast process. Fox 12's John Hendricks explains why we're seeing this slow rollout.
The state says the logistics of the vaccine and also those who are going to be getting it have been a bit of a problem, making things kind of slow. I want to break things down for you by the numbers. So far in Oregon, some 51,000 Oregonians have gotten that first dose. Now, when it comes to by the end of this week, the state should have received 239,000 doses. Now, today we did learn that 9 people in the state have gotten both shots of that Pfizer vaccine.
1, go.
Across the country, the rollout to vaccinate people against COVID-19 has been moving slowly. We've seen the images here in Oregon as healthcare workers and first responders get the vaccines.
We let the federal government know where the doses should go, and they're shipped directly to those healthcare facilities.
The Oregon Health Authority says they'd like to see more people getting vaccinated, but there are challenges with schedules and logistics around both vaccines that have slowed things down.
The need for the hospitals, not to be taking all their staff off the patient care to vaccinate them at the same time means that they've had to schedule the appointments.
At the county level, Clackamas County says they began vaccinations of their public health workers, police and fire last Thursday, a day after 1,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine arrived.
Our primary focus, right, help the people who are helping and then immediately help the folks that are most at risk.
A different story in Washington and Multnomah County. Multnomah has plans to start vaccinations for county employees starting tomorrow.
There are a variety of steps because it's employees. There may be some side effects with this vaccine, and so we don't want to vaccinate one whole essential team in case some folks may need to take the next day off sick. We can't leave them without being able to provide that essential service.
When it comes down to vaccinating hospital workers, Legacy telling us today they've given the first dose of vaccine to 6,000 employees with plans to have every employee who works directly with patients and wants the vaccine done by the end of the month. Providence Health says by Thursday, they plan to have more than half of their 27,000 employees done with the first shot. By January 20th, the hospital plans to have made vaccine available to all caregivers and providers. At OHSU, they've vaccinated over 10,000 healthcare workers.
They're getting used to the vaccine and to the procedures that they need to do. So there's a learning curve, and I expect things will go faster because of that.
A monumental task that has been slow to roll out. The hope things will begin to pick up as logistics are streamlined.
It's really a monumental task to get hundreds of millions of doses of vaccine distributed throughout the country. So be patient. We expect that the vaccine is coming, and it's exciting because this seems to be a very highly effective vaccine.
The counties say that they are working with those smaller communities to make sure that they have access and the logistics to get the vaccine to their first responders. Reporting in Portland, John Hendricks, Fox 12 Oregon.